The tundra is one of Alaska's coolest places, literally. If you were in the Rocky Mountains, you would be huffing and puffing, climbing to 11,000 to 12,000 to get above treeline. But here in Alaska, because of our higher latitude, the tundra is more accessible. What do the Rocky Mountains and Alaskan latitudes have in common? You guessed it. Well, there are different variables that define where the trees end and the tundra begins. A mean July temperature of 50 degrees is one of the big factors in defining tree line. In Colorado, that 50-degree mark sits at around 11,000, but in the higher latitudes of Alaska, treeline sits quite a bit lower in elevation. So, no need to commit to climbing a 14er in Alaska, as the tundra here is a lot easier to access. On the Kenai Peninsula or in the Chugach Mountains outside Anchorage, you can climb an hour in the beautiful mountains to access the tundra. Another great experience is a drive or hike in Denali, where you experience the tundra at 2,000, 3,000. Large mammals of the tundra. Without trees to obstruct your view, the perspective is immense and wildlife viewing is easier. When taking a break from your hike or tundra nap, it's good to scan the wide open landscape for movement of critters. Such as black and brown bear, moose, caribou, Dall sheep, wolf, lynx, and the elusive wolverine. Hey bear! In Alaska, we have 3 species of bear: polar, black, and brown. Chances are, unless you are on the north slope of Alaska, you will not see a polar bear. Black bears have a straight face and tall pointed ears. Black bears typically occupy forests and wooded mountains. Brown bears and grizzly bears are one in the same. Brown bears live along the coast and grizzlies live more inland. Grizzlies can be identified by a distinctive hump on their back and a dished face profile. In Denali, there are no salmon streams like there are on the coast, so the bears eat roots, grasses, berries, and squirrels, if they can get them. The biggest grizzly in the park weighs around 500 pounds. The coastal bears can weigh over 1,000 pounds. One of the best signs to search for is their scad on the trail. Can you tell what they have been eating? Whether you are exploring the tundra above Anchorage, the Kenai, or Denali, always scan for bears. Did Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer really have a wreck? Caribou are the only member of the deer family where both sexes have antlers. Males lose their towering antlers after the mating season, but the females retain their smaller antlers through the winter. The female uses her antlers to defend patches of lichen from other caribou and loses them in the early spring. If you stop and think about the lead reindeer Rudolph, he didn't have antlers during Christmas, so Rudolph is actually a female. See if you tell the difference between male and female by the size of their racks. Denali National Park is a great place to look for caribou. Identifying birds. For those with an eye and ear for birds, the tundra is a rewarding place to look for some of the 150 species that migrate to Alaska to breed. If you are visiting a park or town, stop at the visitor center and ask for a bird checklist to take with you on your outing. And see how many species are present, familiar, and how many you can tick off the list. If you don't have a bird book with you, download one of the many bird apps to take on the tundra or take visual notes on size, color, and pattern, and try to identify them when the day is done. Songbirds to look for. One of the more common birds in the tundra is the white-crowned sparrow. Look for a bird on the top of bushes with bold black and white stripes on its head. As you take, pause, listen for its sweet song that has a whistling introduction followed by a succession of jumbled whistles and a buzz near the end. This song is one of the most studied sounds in animal behavior and is a song the males learn not directly from their parents, but rather from the song environment of the neighborhood they grow up in. As you are walking through the willow and alder thickets, you may catch a glimpse of the striking little Wilson's warbler. I love Alaska.